everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another Rumour Has It video where we're talking about players linked to the club this summer transfer window. My word, it is a busy window so far. There's loads of things flying around, loads of names being linked to the club, loads of signings being made by other clubs as well. So we're going to get stuck into this midfielder in a second. Yes, it is a midfielder. Obviously, the James Maddison deal is dead. It isn't an attacking midfielder of sort. It's a midfielder who probably plays a bit more defensive minded. So this could be an interesting one if there's any truth in this story. But it is doing the round on various sites that we are one of many clubs that are linked to this player. We're going to get stuck into this in a minute. Just before we do, little reminder, as we always say, if you haven't already, please click subscribe. We are over the 4K mark now, so thank you so much, you wonderful bastards and human beings that have clicked that button and helped us get there before the start of the season. 5K is the next goal. We've got a belter of a prize to give away for 5K, but we also have a prize to give away for 4K. So stay tuned to the channel and we'll let you know how you can be involved in that as well. But yeah, if you haven't already, smash that button and come and join us. There's loads of Newcastle United content, even before a ball has been kicked, and you won't regret it. So let's get stuck in then. What player am I talking about this time? Who am I waffling on about? Who is Mark been loading the stats about? Well, I will put you out of your misery. It's this lad right here. It's a Youssouf Fofana who plays for Monaco. Now, very interesting player, this lad. So just having a look at his stats and looking at how he plays the game. He's 24 years old, so he's of the right age. He's a year younger than Bruno, as you can see there from the radar grid. Now, in terms of his appearances, so he made 45 appearances last season. The big chunk of that was centre midfield. We did play 16 times in defensive midfield, where he got 1 goal and 1 assist. So he does have the capabilities to play there. Just before we look into the kind of nitty gritty of his stats, really. So he's a big, strong lad. He's quick. He's got good control. He's good with the ball at his feet. There's a little touch of the Yaya Tourés about him in terms of the young Yaya Touré. Before he started becoming a goal-scoring machine when he went to Manchester City, he does remind me a little bit of a young Yaya Touré in terms of the way he plays the game, and I think he could be a really good addition to the team. Now, the story goes is that his contract is up with Monaco next season, and I think he's only on about 8 or 9 grand a week or something daft like that. So they don't pay loads of money in the French league. They're not like the Premier League where they pay you exorbitant amounts of money and average players are on kind of 100 grand a week. It's not like that in the French league. So we could really double this lad's wages and get Monaco a transfer fee, because if they don't do something about it soon, they will lose him for sweet FA when his contract runs out next season. And that's not something that they really want to do as a club, especially with the FFP the way it is with a lot of other clubs as well. So this could really be a go of this one. Arsenal apparently are also interested. I can understand that, given the comparison I've just given there, versus a kind of a young Yaya Touré, stroke Vieira type kind of player. He is capable of playing in that midfield and attacking midfield position, but I think his strengths probably lie in a deeper lying position, and that's a position that everybody needs filled these days. And the kid's got Champions League experience, he's got league on experience, pushing people for titles and stuff. So I think, for 25 million euros, I think what the price is now, and it gets cheaper and cheaper the closer he gets to the end of that contract. This could be a real good bit of business for Newcastle United, but obviously Arsenal and apparently West Ham are interested in the lad as well. But let's have a look at his stats and his kind of under the microscope statistics and benefits as a player. So said there, he's 24 years old. He's played 45 times for Monaco this season. 42 and a half of those games were 90 minutes. So his fitness record is good. He's played consistently. He's played more than Bruno has for us in terms of the 90 minutes. Obviously, Bruno had some knocks and dodgy ankle and stuff like that as well. 2 goals and 2 assists, so slightly behind Bruno in that regard. Passing per game, he's on 50 passes a game, so he's just behind Bruno. Pass completion is 81%, which is very good. When he gets the ball, he uses it well. Progressive passing, he's right up there at 7.24. Key passing, just under 1 key pass a game. Pass to the attacking third, 5.5. Tackles, 2.35 a game. Interceptions 149. So he's very good at winning the ball back. I've seen a lot of clips of him, and he seems to have this ability to just kind of fly into a player, but win the ball clean, and then just use his strength to push the player off the ball. That's something that's a real good asset in a defensive midfield position. Recoveries 8.14, fouls 1.54, goals obviously is a bit low as his assists compared to Bruno, but a very talented footballer. Absolutely. And I think an Eddie Howe type of player as well. Real good engine on him. But looking at his red, amber, greens that you guys always like to look at. So in terms of his passes, in terms of versus the the top 5 leagues across Europe, he's not up there in the greens, but he's not a million miles away. He's in the 54th percentile. Pass completion at 43. His long passes are decent enough. He's 61% long passes. He does seem to be able to dink a nice pass over the top for the striker or a crossfield pass to a winger. I've seen that a few times from him. Through balls are very good. He's up in the 86th percentile, as is his progressive passing as well. His passing into the final third as well. And his carries, you can see there he's got that ability to carry the ball a bit like a Joe Willock type character as well, which is something that we could do a lot more of. Tackling is pretty decent. He's just under 70 percentile there. Tackling in the midfield third, he's up in the 77th percentile. In interceptions, he's right up there in the 85th percentile with blocks at 70. So there's the capabilities and there's the qualities to make a good number 6 defensive midfielder there in this lad. And I think this could be really interesting. Obviously, recoveries there, 92 percentile as well. Clearance is a little bit lower, and fouls, he's in the lower part as well in terms of the fouls that he gives away. And errors, 42 percentile. So in terms of what we think Fofana could bring to the team, I think he's got that experience. As I said, it would be cheap. I think there's an option. We are also looking apparently at Lavia from Southampton, who's 19, so he's even younger than Fofana, and he's played some Premier League football as well. So there could be some legs in that. But I think Arsenal are also looking at him. So just goes to show you how good our scouting has become, that us and Arsenal are looking at the same type of targets, So that is an interesting development in terms of the way we are scouting players. But rather than blowing fortunes on players, not that I'm saying they're bad players, they're very good players, like a Declan Rice or something like that, we're maybe looking to the continent for cheaper alternatives who could become better players as well and maybe sell on for higher assets, which I think Fofana definitely fits that mold. I think he looks a real good player. I think he could be a real good Eddie Howe player as well. And interestingly enough, if you do sign Fofana, we've already got Tonali coming in. Does that mean Tonali and Bruno play on the pivot and Fofana sits as a number 6? Or does it mean, when you're playing in, against the Champions League sides, your Real Madrids, maybe Barcelona's, where you're going to be under the cosh a bit? Do we play with Tonali and Fofana as 2 6s? Maybe even do that against City as well, try and nullify their play. It's nice to have options in there as well. And then you can alternate between Bruno, Willock, Joe Linton, Longstaff, and have those legs in the midfield as well that are capable of going forward and getting goals. But I think it's a smart business for Newcastle United to make this move. I really, really do. I do think we're going to go for an attack midfielder as well. Now, we've missed out on Madison, whoever that may be it Szoboszlai or somebody else, I don't know. But we are going to have to move for somebody soon, I think, to give us that extra little bit of attacking quality in that either that midfield or that front three. Maybe with Tonali coming in and possibly Fofana, it won't be a midfielder. It'll be somebody who can play in the attacking position in the front three, be that right or left-hand side. So definitely something to keep an eye on as well. But yeah, in terms of Fofana, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. I definitely think it'll be a good signing. Be interested to hear what you guys say. We always make an effort to try and reply to you. We appreciate people take the time to smack a comment in. It really helps the interaction with the channel. We always try and reply to you. And as I mentioned at the start, if you haven't already checked us out, consider subscribing, smash that button, hit the notification bell. You won't miss any transfer rumor videos coming out. And if you can like the video too, help get it on YouTube. It really helps the channel grow. We've had a phenomenal under 2 years to be sitting at 4K subscribers. So we really appreciate everybody who's hit that button. But there's loads more room for you guys here as well, evermore. We've got loads more content coming, and we'd love you to click that button and come and be part of it. So until then, we'll catch you next time on Evermore. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.